Hey, tied to the table challengers, I wanted to come in here today and just drop a little impromptu message to you because I just completed an onboarding call into our Acceleration Bravo group. And as we were talking about what their journey, what that game changer journey and life cycle looks like over the next year, and what they're doing around their business, and how that's going to play out, as well as what they're doing in life, body being balanced, the things that we talked about on this challenge. It reminded me of a training I've been through that I think can be helpful for you. So when you look at those acronyms of OOC, EMR, it's not some condition that you forgot from school. Okay, I promise you, it's not that. But it's this, and I'm gonna turn this around and flip the screen around and just talk to you about this concept because what it amounts to is this. Like bottom line, whenever we're assessing any situation, I mean, we've got to look at the outcomes we're after. And you guys are in here and we're talking all the time about being tied to the table. So it's really about life changing outcomes or, you know, and having I shouldn't say or, I should say and having an impact. And right now, again, Scott mentioned this on day one. So if you haven't watched this, you got to go back and watch. And what he brought out was like, hey, just not dreaming as much. And part of that, when you're not dreaming, you don't have that future bigger than your past. Is that life changing? And is that impactful? So you got to ask yourself those questions. Second piece, options. Like, you got a couple options here. You could not figure anything out, like not figure it out. Some of you haven't figured it out. Some of you have. Some of you think you haven't when you have. Some of you think you have when you haven't. But bottom line, that's the piece. Sorry about the glare. And, along in that lines, like, are you going to keep doing the same things or are you going to shift it up? Because if you're doing the same things, what's the definition of insanity, right? Continuing to do the same things and expecting a different result. Because, my friends, just like I tell my teenagers, it seems like every day, consequences. There's a plus side and negative side. There's pros and cons, right? And I tell them, look, I'm going to let you suffer natural consequences, like the fact that my son pulled up to the gas pump and would not take my suggestion to pull forward. So I let him get out and grab the hose and try to put it in the gas tank like 2 times before he moved the car up. And then that escapade went on and on. But I just allowed him to experience the natural consequences of not knowing, not trusting someone, not allowing to have anybody inject any knowledge or application into his life. So, but this is about you. So evaluate, the consequences. Like look at, it's always about this risk versus reward, right? I said the other day, they just move for pain or pleasure. So risk versus reward. What are the options? Now, wait, I already had options up here. Well, I'm going down to here, evaluate options again. Because once you've evaluated them, like, you're looking at what your options are, but you actually have to evaluate them and do something. So sometimes that's like, get out of something, stop doing it. Like I had to train myself to realize stopping is not quitting. All right. There's a difference. And then when you're not going to stop or quit, like that you actually just follow through, and that's the commitment piece. So you got to commit. And then mitigating risk. Like, how do you mitigate risk? Well, you see what the results have been. Like, is it proven? Do you know it? Do you know what you're going to do? What am I doing? Like, has it been proven out? Do you think it will work for you? Asking better questions. That's the way you mitigate risk. Mitigating risk doesn't have by example. And then to resolve, like, and when I say resolve, I'm not talking like make it over. I'm talking, do you have the resolve to actually get it done? Because if you don't, you're probably not operating from a core layer, as we talk about. Oops, sorry, got off the camera. Holding the phone and writing are a little bit challenging. So not operating at your core layer. And if you don't know what your core layer is, that's already a problem. Because when you're operating there, you're going to have resolve to do things. Otherwise, what will happen? If you don't have a core layer, guess what takes over? In most cases, this fear. And you just allow that fear to take you to the next steps. So my question really to you right now, some of you already have a scheduled call with several of you, which is great. look forward to that. Looking forward to and expecting, if we agree that you're a fit and you want to be involved, then we're going to move forward in that conversation to start you into acceleration and launch. And the next steps, actually, it's launch and then it's acceleration, and get you plugged into those things. But more importantly than that, guys, you got to ask yourself, like, if you haven't watched the videos, go watch the trainings. Like, watch those videos right now. Take this training. I don't want you tied to the table, no matter what our relationship is. I don't want you tied to the table. So go get the good out of this, and then apply it and use it. And then beyond that, get through day 3. Click that link. Set up this call, because this week that will guarantee you a seat at this marketing masterclass. Okay. And it's going to fill up, because they were dropping bombs in the network already today in our environment about what we're going to do there and the guys that are going to show up. So don't miss that opportunity. But most importantly, like, don't let fear, like, don't let this, okay, don't let fear make your decisions for you. It never works out. And I made plenty from that spot, so I get it. But it didn't have to be that way. If you've gone through this and you want to make life changing impact, and you want to do that, and you don't have it all figured out, and you've been doing the same things, it's time to change. If you look at the consequences and, like, all right, what's the risk versus reward? And what am I really risking anyway? Like, ask the question, what am I really risking? And if it's not for you, then you get out and you stop. And if it is for you, then you commit and you get after it. Forget about the rest, because it's already been proven. Like, it's already been proven what this does and what it can do for doctors. And so that's true in this situation, but it's true in any other situation. You should still put it through this frame in everything you do. And then beyond that, hey, operate in the best version of you. And that doesn't involve that word right there. That's right here at this core layer. And that's what I got. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate what you do. Appreciate the fact that the men that put their asses on the line, paid anywhere from maybe 100 if you've been in practice a while, to 250K, plus 3 to 4 to maybe 5 or 6 years of your life to get this license. What would that guy do? Would that guy what kind of decisions would that guy make? Because I gotta believe that life has knocked a few of you down, but it hasn't knocked you out. And it's also got a few of you that are tolerating playing small. And it's time to stop it. It's time to go. 2022. Let's do this.